Hi, I'm Claire Taylor. I'm the Director of Programming, and welcome to the Q&A for Unleashed, which you just watched on our virtual platform as part of our digital short series competition. And today I am joined by the cast. If you guys all want to wave your hands, that are the cast, all right? And the writer-director, Mr. Jonathan Levy. And we are going to jump into questions. And a real quick thank you to our friends at Denver Film who normally host our Q&As and our entire festival at their amazing venue, the Sea Film Center. Hopefully by the time this goes out in 3 weeks, the Film Center will be back open, right?
We'll be in Denver.
Yeah, we'll be in Denver. Right. So thank you guys for jumping on. First of all, I'm going to just ask a really silly question to break the ice, but where did we find Diesel and what is he working on now? I also see his real name is Snoopy.
Yeah.
But he was a very intricate part of the cast that didn't join us today. So
I know. Diesel was a gift because I went through a couple of dogs that for whatever reason and the owners that just didn't work out. So at the last minute I had to scramble, and one of my actors who plays the stand-up comedian, Ryan, knew somebody who had a cute dog and sent me a picture, and it was just the most adorable picture, and I was like, yes, please. And his daddy is a musical theater actor in New York, so he kind of knew, well, you know, he didn't know how to act, but he was very good and trooper. A shelter dog.
There's a lot of natural chemistry between Diesel and Nicholas, your character. Was that something you guys had to work on off the set, or was it just, love at first sight?
Well, the development of this project was, John and I are very good friends. We're both in the entertainment industry. I actually was a dog walker for a long time, and I was also worked in shelters and things like that. So I have a great love of dogs, and I also I love spending time with them. Some people think I've got away with dogs. Now, what's it called? I actually got along really well with Diesel, but he was pretty scared of the cameras, which was definitely a little. But I guess because I had some experience coming down dogs in shelters when I was working with them, I knew how to deal with a nervous dog. Diesel was very loving, at his core. So it wasn't very difficult to just want to pet him. I want to pet every dog. As anybody who could spend time with me like John, when I'm walking down the street, I think I asked to pet about 60% of dogs that I see. So
I'm the same way.
Yeah, so he was in good hands. Nate was the trainer for all intents and purposes.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, I kind of want to dig in a little bit about the genesis of the project and, why tell this story and what makes it so important. It's a pretty basic log line, but the tone is so specific. So it's obviously important to all three of you that were in it, and also to Jonathan, to you. It definitely comes across really naturally on screen. So where did this start? Where was the idea start?
Yeah, it started at Nick's apartment, and we were hanging out some weekend night, and a couple people, and Nick just was like, I have to go walk some dogs, sit for some dogs. He basically had to do this tour of New York City on a Saturday night to do a bunch of different things for dogs. And he left us all kind of alone in his house. And I was just like, this is weird. It was a very strange move, but I was like, okay, this is his life. Interesting. What would it be? And then I started thinking about the possibilities of a series or something that would be interesting around what's it like running around New York City, walking dogs on a Saturday night. Maybe that was that specific info. But, and from there, it just, I had one scene in my head, and I was like, well, let me start writing something. And it just turned into a quick write and a quick short. And, but definitely while I was writing it, I realized there was a message, a deeper message of some sort, or at least a social message. And the fact that there was a story about Jeffrey Owens, who was an actor, and he was working at Trader Joe's, and someone took a picture of him. He kind of got job shamed, and it made me think, like, there is a conversation that, like, as an artist, you also have to work a day job, especially with the situation, in America. And and I don't think everyone understands that. So I think there should be some, like, I think it's an interesting way to look at, like, sometimes the double life you have to lead, or how can you bring the two together somehow. So yeah.
Yeah, kind of the two passions, right? Like dogs and being a performer. And,
Just to add on to that, I mean, like, I would tell John, John's my very close friend, so I would tell John about, like, all my sort of disappointing stories, about, like, I remember I did like a bit for Late Night with Samantha Bee, and I was cut out of the bit, and so I watched the TV show, and I was like, well, I'm not on that. Nobody told me, I did a commercial with Hannibal Buress. Like, they cut me out of the commercial. Again, like, nobody told me. Like, it's just it's like you, even when you manage to get an opportunity as an actor, you still just, especially as a comedic actor, you just show up and, like, either you're in it, or they, you're not in it anymore, or they cut your only line. And I would just tell John all these sort of sad sack stories. And I think he sort of amalgamated them in a little bit.
Yeah, I used to act too, and I went through some of, I mean, not like those experiences, but like similar, like I kind of know how it feels. So yeah, that was some of the genesis of the idea, but it went from there.
And for Swan and Claire, like what drove you guys to this project? How did you get connected with Jonathan? And was there anything particular that, like, pulled at your heartstrings? Obviously, you're both performers, so there has to be a little bit of something to relate there.
Claire, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. My sister and Nick go way back, and so therefore I know Nick too. And they actually asked her to be involved in this early on, and Phoebe was busy doing something. And so, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, we're interchangeable or anything, but I was like, I can do it. I mean, I think Nick suggested me, right, Nick?
I did actually suggest you.
Yeah. And Phoebe was doing another project, and I read the script, and I was like, actually, it's better for me anyway.
It was, yeah.
I think so, because the character is, honestly, in my opinion, she's happy-go-lucky, and that's more my energy than Phoebe's. Not saying that she can't play it. She obviously can. And if she had, she would have had it would have had more of her presence, which would have also been interesting. So there's no comparison. That said, I was really glad to be like, oh, well, this is going to be fun. And I thought it looked complicated with the dog and everything. And then it really wasn't. It was so fun and easy. And I was nervous to play an improviser because that's definitely more something that Phoebe does. But I was in great company and just had a good time, and tried to play Shelley, which she seemed so confident and comfortable and just, like, down for whatever. Let's go to the park. Oh, this guy's picking on him. Fuck him. Like, she just goes with the flow. And so that's how I got involved in it. And it was so fun and easy and just doable. It was great. I just had a great time. It was really fun because I knew everybody without knowing everybody. Especially because of Nick, but then I just felt very welcome, and that's that. Yeah, it was good.
Cool. Swan.
Jonathan, how did you get? What happened? I forget.
I think I saw you, like, we were both going to see a play that was being performed by the Collective New York, which is Swan is a part of that collective. Yes. And I saw him going out of the subway, and anyways, I had, like, tapped his shoulder, and I was like, you.
Right.
Oh, great.
Okay, that's what happened. Because it was like, it was a year and a half ago, right? So I was just like,
Cherry Lane.
What happened? Yeah. Jonathan emailed me the script, and he said, read for Casey. And I was like, this is perfect. I don't know why I always get, I seem to get the role of the asshole a lot, the bad guy, the, like, the punk kid or whatever. It's for some reason, that's what people think of me. I'm a nice guy, but I just,
true,
I seem to get cast in that a lot. So right away I was like, this is my bread and butter. And I love playing the bad guy. I think a lot of actors do, but I think for one reason, it's just like, it lets me be. The answer is always like, do the worst thing you can think of. And for some reason, my mind always is like afraid of doing thing I can think of. So it's also kind of like a way to just be like, just let it out. Let the worst things out. It's almost like therapeutic to just be like, I'm just going to like vent my ugly disgustingness out into everything. And everybody's cool with it. And it's also always fun to just get beat up or kicked in the balls on camera. That's always fun. Claire did a great job kneeing me in the balls and hitting me in the face with a piece of pizza. We did that.
Do it a lot.
Yeah.
How many pieces of pizza were victim to that scene? Just
I think 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah, we ended up like reusing pizza, like not reuse, but like I'd have it and then we would, I don't know. By the end, it was just like a pathetic little slimy piece of pizza. I remember that. And then we ate pizza.
Oh yeah,
we did.
It was great.
We had to degrease your slice. We figured out very quickly.
Oh yeah,
that was a good idea to do before.
There was a lot of trial. There was a lot of trial and error, which was really fun about being on set and working with people because you just know what happens in the script, and sometimes when you get there, you have an idea of how it's going to go, and then those things don't work out, and you all get to work together at times. And that was one of those times. So everybody was just sort of like, okay, actually, we have to do it this way, and it was interesting. It was fun.
Very cool. Well, these Q&As are going so fast, you guys, but I do want to sneak one more question in, and that would be, is what's next? A lot of this audience is only going to have seen the pilot, so there's going to be a lot of questions of like, what's next for your characters? Well, where do we see Shelley and Nate going off to? And I mean, is pizza a traumatic thing that is in Casey's life now? Where are we going next in the story?
Yeah, well, so where we're going is there's like another element to it, which I didn't mention, which is that he's going to run into a celebrity who has a dog and needs, and Nate's skills become apparent, or he's good with dogs, and the celebrity offers to like a job for him, and so he becomes privy to this weird world of celebrity dog walking, and through that he becomes like privy and embroiled with their lives, their dysfunctional lives, and so there's gonna be that element of as well, where we're gonna like get a slice of life from like different ridiculous celebrity tropes maybe in New York City, specifically like avant-garde theater people. Anyways, and throughout the whole thing there is going to be like a storyline with Shelley and Casey, and where Shelley's actually, we didn't know this, but Shelley's maybe dating this like much more successful comedian who's also got a great tech job, and he's just like that guy. and Swan might go viral or something strange, a viral video, and
that
something
is so funny.
Really annoying.
And something might bring what's that?
A really annoying YouTube channel.
yeah, something like that.
Be a rap. I'm just trying to think of the most obnonoxious thing he could do. Maybe
you'll be the pizza guy, and maybe like there was a bagel boss. And
yeah, that's totally like pizza guy. I was researching Little Dicky today. I think it would be really funny if Casey became a white rapper too.
There's some other things. Yeah. So, and I think maybe there's an evolution of their relationship too between Swan's character and Nick's, which they may join forces. So I think that'll be the general flow of what's to come next. Yeah, narratively.
That's so wonderful to hear. That's so wonderful. I can see all of that happening. That's wonderful to hear.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't really told them, obviously.
No, we haven't heard. And
I feel like I just got to like kind of sit in on like a brainstorm. So
maybe there's more of these will happen. But yes, we have some.
Speaks to how you guys all work together, and maybe there's a way to do this from home in this weird virtual.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be.
Like,
there might have to be.
Right, like Casey's YouTube personality, as someone who's recently had to launch her own due to this SeriesFest virtual thing, I can say it's you gotta research your character.
Okay. Well, maybe we can think of a rap name for Casey.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah. So we're looking to get more eyes on this and all of that and see what happens.
Great. Well, we're so thankful to have this platform as a way to talk to you guys. And Unleashed is amazing. It's definitely something that, you know, warms your heart and you want to see where these characters are going. Digital shorts is one of my favorite things. I think it's the most innovative way to tell stories is under 15 minutes. So congratulations to you guys. And we'll just be together next year in Denver, or we'll figure something out when we get to actually hang.
Yes.
I'm a Jew, so you know we say next year in Jerusalem, next year in Denver. There you go.
That's right. I love that.
Nice.
All right.
Good to know.
All right.
Thank you guys so much, and have
Thank
a good rest
you.
of your day.
So good to see
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Later.
This was a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.